Good evening to one and all present here. Today, we all have gathered here through virtual mode for a book launch program. The book has been entitled Carving Herself, Harboring Feministic Concerns. I would like to welcome our chief guest, Dr. Pawan Sharma. Professor Pawan Sharma is a distinguished professor in the Department of Law. She has been associated with the Law Commission of India for about 3 decades, serving on various capacities, including Secretary to the Law Commission of India. Prior to joining the commission, Dr. Pawan Sharma started her career as a researcher at Indian Law Institute and joined at Faculty of Law, Delhi University later on. Dr. Sharma holds a doctorate degree in law from University of Rajasthan and earned her master's and bachelor's of law from Delhi University, Delhi. She has total 33 years of experience. She has also co-authored a book on wasteland development and law published by Indian Law Institute. She has also published a number of articles in various journals on women and children issues. She has been delivering talks, lectures on issues relating to women in different universities, colleges, and even television platform, apart from National Commission from Protection of Child Rights and National Commission of Women. It's an honor to have you here, ma'am. I would also like to welcome Dr. M.S. Khatri and Dr. R.K. Garg as our special guests for today's event, the online book launch program. Dr. M.S. Khatri is presently working as a principal in Nirankari Baba Gurbachan Singh Memorial College, Sona, and Dr. R.K. Garg is presently working as a principal in Government College for Girls, Sector 14, Gurugram. Both these colleges are affiliated to Gurugram University, Gurugram. I would also like to extend my warm welcome to Mr. Vinay Singh, former principal, Government College, Ritoj. The editors of the book, Dr. Devendra Pratap Singh, Dr. Ritu Tomar Rathi, are also here in this program. I would like to welcome them also. And a special thanks and welcome to the authors who have contributed different chapters in the book. After the formal welcome of all the guests, I would like to invite everybody, the chief guest, Dr. Pawan Sharma, our special guests, Dr. M.S. Khatri, Dr. R.K. Garg, and Vinay Singh, to kindly launch the book. I would repeat again, I would like to request the principals of both the colleges, NBGSM College Sona and Government College for Girls Gurgaon, along with our chief guest, Dr. Pawan Sharma, to kindly launch the book.
Can you see it?
Yes, we can see it, ma'am, a little bit higher.
Because all is online, so I hope you can see.
Yes, it's visible, ma'am.
Don't to spoil your lovely wrapper, you know, to tear it off.
Ma'am, far lovelier
Paper
are your
has become
blessings
very
for us.
expensive and scarcity, you know, paper. Because my book is delayed publication because of paper or electricity shortage in the country. So very. Can you see?
Yes, ma'am, we can see. It would be lovely if three of you hold the book so that I can click a photograph online.
Sure.
Mr. Garg, you are requested to keep the book a little bit aside from your face as we're not able to see your face. Yes, please, please. Yes, please. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you so much. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Now, I would like to invite Dr. Ritu Tomar Rathi, Assistant Professor of English and Government College for Girls, Sector 14, Gurugram, also one of the members of the editorial board, to tell the viewers about the book.
Thanks, Swati. Respected chief guest, all the worthy guests, especially the authors, and everyone connected here. Thanks a lot for your presence in today's evening. It has become a memorable time for all of us that you all have spared time to encourage us. Now the book has been, it's a long endeavor that kept going from a few months. In fact, it took us around 10 months to get this book published. And first of all, the title, I would like to say, the title has been, much brainstorming has been done as the book has been taken into very consideration that the voiceless have to be given some expression and the marginalized can be brought to equality in this emerging and vast widening world. So the book, a wide web of social, moral, and legal bindings are there in every community, culture, and country. In order to maintain equality and fraternity amongst human beings, the show of egalitarianism depicted in the society is merely a facade. Women have always been on a lower bargain, sometimes being treated as a goddess, while on other times she is also considered as a servant. The book discusses several Indian patriarchal ethnic restrictions that have kept women on a platform which is not on it. And this very topic and requested our authors, requested people to contribute chapters in it. And we have kept closely the watch on the dislocation of women from where she must have been. The chapters have been contributed and those chapters takes us towards the journey to overcome suppression with an eye to make, but still our eye is to make her equal partners with that of man. So it's a wonderful experience with all my co-authors. So on behalf of them, it's a privilege for me to have introduced this book. And the most important are the authors. And I would like to thank all the authors also, Joshna Rani, Dr. Rama and Alapati, Dr. Yogesh Singh, Dr. Saurabh Bhattacharya, Dr. Ms. Upasna Yadav, Dr. Suresh Singhal, Dr. Sumit Timoti, Dr. Rekha Garg, Dr. Manisha Lal, Dr. Lalita Gaur, Dr. Seema Pahel, and Dr. Sonia Bhatt. Congratulations and thanks a lot for being partners in this book. And the book is Carving Herself. No doubt our journey for everyone is still going on, and hope to see at a platform where we all, as we are here together, so in the world we will be together. So thank you for that. And now I request Dr. Pawan Sharma, today's worthy chief guest, for her formalities. Please, ma'am.
Thank you, Ritu. I won't speak much about the book in the sense the timings are limited, and to speak in brevity is really difficult, you know. My last book, which you could not tell, is I've just come out with my new, this is my journey of women law reforms. This is the latest, you know, which I came, you know, after I demitted my office. Anyway, you know, this title is very correct, you know, because a woman journey for any kind of change has been always a very constant and continuous one. So now we are in the 21st century, but from the 19th century onwards, I would say that there was already a complete unrest and, you know, critical debates among the women going on, you know, in relation to our oppression and inequality. And, you know, the woman, and it was a woman behind it who led this whole campaign in the 19th century. And that was Clara Zetkin, belonging to Germany, of the Social Democratic Party. And she was the first one to, you know, wanted that a debate to come around and become the women should become more vocal. So the campaign was for a change. The title was Campaign for a Change of Women, relating to her right to was not right to work means dignified, you know, to protect her dignity, working hours should be less, all that. It was totally a movement. And And from that, the seeds of were sown for the why we celebrate International Women's Day all over in solidarity around the globe. Seeds were sown in 1910 after this, she took the campaign. And the idea of celebrating Women's Day, and it was earmarked on 8th March, you all must be knowing, 1975. So why I wanted just to relate that you are women journalists, and for me to come on this platform, being a legal person, I really wanted to tell that in any field, women can excel. And I wanted to tell you, it was the first women only who took this campaign, and gave women a visibility, and we celebrated, and we celebrate every year Women Day. And that is, and what we do is we discuss, debate, plethora of events all around women as to what she is doing, be it in her political, economic, social field, to celebrate her life, that how much she has moved. Now, if we take a stock for the last 46 years of, we will find that no doubt we have gone much ahead from 19th to 21st century today. And it may not be very enthusiastic, because we have really lot remains to, continuous to do, because she still remains subjugated, marginalized, victimized, ignored. And reasons are multifarious, but one of the main reason is the deep-rooted patriarchal system, notion of society where male dominance and male disorder is the absolute order. But the question is, but for that we don't have to be sad. There is a positive side also, because the coin has two, invisible, visible. The visible side was that she has made, there is a remarkable gender parity, and little gap has been reduced, but in certain areas like education and health. But woman is able to secure some rights, and system has given and the society has made her to go a step forward. But the problem is she comes one step forward and 2 steps she's dragged back. And I will not say it's all the time society, it is our own fault also that we are asking equality. Why are we asking it? We are like that, probably our mindset. And we keep saying mindset, this, that. It is not easy to change the mindset. What happened? She moved ahead. But what in this 21st century also, after the Nirbhaya case, the culture of violence did not decrease. So she found very unsafe. And this, insecurity, this violence by, and you, in the COVID time also, you will see that the media could not show her a lot of visibility. There was a rise in the domestic violence, there was a rise in the violence against her dignity, even on the roadside, the migrant women workers, they were really in a difficult situation when they left, all of a sudden lockdown. But this fear of, her capacities and feeling of inferiority, is a continuous phenomena for her, And now what do we take? How to change the mindset of society? Now I have stopped telling for the last almost lectures I have started now recently. I mean, for the continuous 2 decades, I will say, I have stopped saying that change the mindset or bring the men folk together, change the mindset. We cannot change our own mindset even now. I have come to this conclusion also with the passage of practicality. So what I have, I will request all of you, the women authors who have worked beautifully, I have read the book, I got it only day before yesterday. There's a very tall call, and my mentor is Justice Leela Seth, and she always used to say that don't wait for the mindset, of the people to change, because no formula will work, it is a continuous fast track, you have to keep moving forward, without realizing change has come or not, continuous. But I used to tell her, ma'am, there is an absolute, very tall call on women, Now what we ultimately, I also, debated and discussed with many. So what now we have to focus right now? It relates to women journalists, it relates to women in all the field, in all the professions, that she has to take the upliftment in her own hands. Unless she speaks for her, unless she vouches, and determine with absolute authority a pure and strong will, which we always see that we are surrounded by men. If man is not there, be it son. We all are like that now. I feel now myself sometimes, why are we blaming others? And repose the confidence in, she has to self-realization, repose the confidence in her own self-realization of her need and dreams. She should not stop dreaming her own dreams and then shape her destiny accordingly, because she is very powerful in shaping. And I will also request, because I see a lot of women here also, solidarity and sisterhood. There is an organization in this name, solidarity and sisterhood. Think equal, at least. I won't say all of us think equal, but equal to break the barriers of biases and prejudices. At least to that thing we can think equal and break the glass ceiling. Like women combats have come in the army now, we can go. This is our glass ceiling. And finally, after this, my points is establish her autonomy in the family first. Family has to allow, she has to be asking permission, can I go late nights? Finally, she has to establish her autonomy in the family, and then society follows. And here in this process, if the men follows, fine. Even if they don't, let them watch from the distance. She has to move ahead, and otherwise all talks of her empowerment and democracy will remain a farce unless she is treated as she, S-H-E. That's all. And little bit about the book. I don't know. There is no, how much time I have taken. I'll tell some others.
Ma'am, you can speak as
No. Please, you have to tell me, because speaking in brevity, I did want to thank all your authors. I could read little bit about them, and a beautiful part about your book I want to say, which I sort of, I don't know whether it's correctly analytical. The very nice critical analysis of eminent female writers like, I could see Kishwar Desai. And why I am saying, only few names I am taking of the stories which your writers have taken, there is a reason. Kishwar Desai has talked about the latest culture of rape, where she has talked about Nirbhaya. And there are modern writers also, where Jhumpa Lahiri, I think somebody has discussed, and Toni Morrison also, the last article. They are the modern writers, The beauty is, they have compared the women in the past. Amrita Pritam has, Amrita Pritam has talked about Pinjar. So you see the past, how women was treated, and these new modern writers, Toni Morrison and this Kishwar Desai, talking about culture of rape, and Jhumpa Lahiri and others. So I mean, it's a beautiful combination of pieces. Ritu and all the editors, I must know, I'm poor at name, Devendra Pratap Singh and Swati Sharma, doctor, would be prospective Swati Sharma doctor, I will say. I mean, interesting is that all the whichever articles I could read, barely 5 of them, and I found the past writers of Amrita Pritam, Pinjar was beautiful. The story of Fulor or something she has carved out. I mean, it is fantastic. The book is very concise and short, and I think literature, rightly said, is the primary medium to communicate the feelings of women writers, because they never had space. Even during COVID time, if you find, this sisterhood organization has come out with 40 female writers who have taken a risk of their life and gone to the field to come out with this story. They went for COVID, but in the process, they got many other stories of tribal women, for so many women, in different areas. And they highlighted, what all challenges they had to face during COVID time. But they have brought out a beautiful, you must, all of you women authors who have taken, it's called Sisterhood Across Borders, the story of India pandemic, as told by its women journalists. And this is by, I think, this Jyoti Punwani on August 24th. There's no time, but there is no dearth of work, women, where she cannot go. Only thing is, it includes me. All these years, you have to say that, yes, you can do it. That feeling of empowerment has to be within. And a short story in the sense, little of Yashodhara. Buddha was in that 5th century, I believe, or maybe more. Her wife, when he became Buddha and he came to meet her after many people did not realize there is a lady like Yashodhara also existing in this world. Everybody was Buddha, Buddha, Buddha because he brought empowerment. But what? When he went to meet his wife, he asked, she was, was not recognizing him, and she said, "You are called Buddha by the whole world." So he says, "Yeah, I think so. Everybody has started." He says, "But people have forgotten me." And no doubt, so he was startled that what is she meaning by this? She says, "Yeah, you have got Buddha name by, renouncing the world, renouncing the child, renouncing me, family. But look at me, the women was having lot of challenges. Then you left the little child, people told me to marry, everybody had a set of rules for me, but I decided to follow myself, my rules, and I had to face hurdles, and I got empowered within. So so that we all need to have. If that woman could do in that part of the time, maybe she was a princess or whatever. But difficulty is that she was left all alone. So that we always forget. So please, women folks, I request, because with my experience of working in all kind of areas, unless we are empowered, unless we are, that confidence reposed. So thank you. I won't take more time, and I congratulate all of you, all the writers. I have named also. I have all the names, but I won't read. 10 of the writers, wonderful. I could read about the black woman in the last title of Toni Morrison, I think. Beautiful, you have tried to touch a very compact book of this size. It's very rare, and it could see the light of the day. And I hope the people will get benefited, women folks. And the title is really beautiful. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. I would take only a minute. Actually, the rest of the part would be taken care by Swati. My mentor, Professor Moolchand Sharma, he taught us small is beautiful. That's why we only we selected the articles, the research papers, and published only the 10 of them.
Okay, thank you. No, nice.
Thank you, ma'am. Dear everyone who is connected here, I would like to tell you that ma'am is not as simple a personality as she is portraying herself here. Ma'am has been a part of the committee also, which granted us, which sent the recommendations for our CCL also. So something that we are enjoying and empowering and bringing to our family and to our workplace, those roles also, we have got those rights, everything from ma'am also. Ma'am, I have seen her working with laborers and guiding them how they can have their footings in the world. So it's wonderful, ma'am, that we have you as a chief guest here. And
Thank you.
every word she speaks, we have something to learn from them. Thanks a lot, ma'am. I would like to welcome, ma'am. And I would like to tell you that in our college also, Professor R.K. Garg, and he is also doing seminal work where in practicality he is empowering 7,000 of the girls every day and doing something or the other so that they can come to a shore and they can have a personality of their own. Similarly, Swati was also telling me how Mahavir Singh Khatri, the principal of a college, he also has been encouraging them and asking them every time and again to come ahead and to have their place in this competitive world. Thank you, sir. And Vinay, sir, we really missed you during the book launch. We wanted your photograph also along with the book with other guests. Vinay, sir, again, is a personality who always inspires us to work hard all the time. And he also is encouraging students all the time. Thanks a lot, sir. Now over to Swati.
I would again like to thank everybody, the chief guest, the special guests who have joined here, and especially Vanessa. He has been my mentor, and it's my privilege here to be present in front of him because whatever he has taught me, I have been working on that field only. And towards the end, I would like to request Dr. Devendra Pratap Singh to present the vote of thanks. Dr. Devendra Pratap Singh for the vote of thanks.
Sir, kindly unmute yourself. Sir, you are muted.
Okay.
Yes, now
Yes,
you are
you can.
audible, sir.
Honorable Chief Guest, Dr. Mrs. Pon Sarma Ji, former Secretary to Law Commission, Ministry of Law and Justice. My Reverend Principal, Professor Dr. M.S. Khatri Ji, Principal Nirankari Baba Gurbachan Singh Memorial College, Sona. Another distinguished Principal, Dr. R.K. Garg, Principal Government College, Sector 14. Former Principal, Government College Rithos, Mr. Binay Singh, and my editorial colleagues, Dr. Mrs. Ritu Tomar Rathi and Ms. Swati Sharma, a distinguished scholar. I'm really aghast and exciting in extending my vote of thanks to Dr. Pawan Sharma ji, whose participation is really a kind of excitement and spectacular and sparkling moment for us. In particularly, her most thought-provoking and enthusiastic speech in today's program. Really, online program is definitely kept everyone connected, due to which we have been able to organize such a wonderful inauguration of this book. I really I equally pay my vote of thanks to my mentor principal, Dr. M.S. Khatri ji, the senior most principal in the state of Haryana, and Dr. R.K. Garg ji, were the principal, Sector 14, Gurugram. Really, it's a wonderful event. I again pay my obeisance, in particularly in the lotus feet of Dr. M.S. Khatri ji, my mentor, my patron, who is very much encouraging me, and I salute all those who have contributed the kind of piece of writings, and thanks all. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Once again, I would like to thank everybody who have joined this program, especially the authors who have kept a lot of patience. There's one more news that I would like to share. The book will be released on online platforms also, like Amazon and Flipkart. In fact, on Flipkart it has been released. I will be sharing the link with everybody so that everybody can have a look at it. And it would be lovely to have a cup of tea with all of you. We will be planning it soon. And once again, I would like to present my vote of thanks to everybody. And Ritu ma'am, please.
It would have been lovelier if we would have been together having a cup of tea. But the celebration is still with us, and we can have our time. Life is too short. Whatever moment we get, we should celebrate. So
we can do right now. Each one of sitting in the own house, we can have our own coffee and ask for something simple. That's a celebration. See, that he's doing. So celebration can be anywhere. I must tell the authors must celebrate, because this is a very rare moment, particularly for Swati. When I was her age, or I did my first co-authored at the age of 24 or 25. I didn't understand the gravity, that wasteland, such a barren topic. That happiness celebration should be done, because she's right. Life is so short. We always say next time, and next time never comes. So please, I request all the authors who have done such a lot of work, don't miss it. Any age, miss it. Enjoy with your children. Order. Everything is online. So
yes, ma'am. Surely, ma'am. And all the colleagues who have joined us to encourage us, thanks a lot. And we will have your blessings mean a lot for us. When we are planning for the next volume also, so that we can have we can touch upon other topics, other issues as well, under the same title. Thanks a lot, everyone. It's lovely to be with you all.
Ritu, just congratulations.
Yes, sir. Please, sir.
Congratulations, Dr. Ritu, congratulations, Singh Saab. Congratulations to Beti Sawant. I'm very happy to see you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
We should encourage each other. We should encourage each other to write. You are journalists, you are authors of literature, you know. So for me to come on this platform, I was thinking, what will I say? So made it easier. Yeah. Thank you.
So it's time to wind up also because we have restraints of Zoom. So we will meet someday when we have no restrictions and we will have more time with one
Madam,
another.
excuse Madam,
Yes, sir.
my worthy principal, Professor Dr. M.S. Khatri ji, to please over his blessings for a moment.
Yes, sir. Please.
Dr. M.S. Khatri ji, please. Professor Dr. M.S. Khatri ji,
No.
to please over his blessings, please.
Thank you, Dr. Saab. Thank you very much. I really appreciate the wonderful work done by all of you. And in fact, you have already written a authored a book, and it's your another attempt. And I really appreciate the hard work that you and Swati and Madam Ritu Tomar Rathi has put into it. And I really hope that the coming generation would definitely lift this state of the writing on women issues at another level. So thank you very much for giving me this opportunity to be a part of this celebration. And Madam Pawan Sharma, who has taken the responsibility even to guide the people like us, and definitely inspiring our junior staff to take the pain, to take up the issues of women's at forefront level. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Your blessings
Thank
will
you. Thank you
make
so
us
much, sir.
better beings. We are still learning, and this process will continue with the.
Thank you, Madam Rathi. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, everyone, especially Pawan Sharma, ma'am, all the editors, all the colleagues. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
The best.
Okay.
Thank you, Madam. Thank you.
Thank
Have
you
a
so
nice
much.
day.
Thank you so much, everyone.
Bye bye. Bye bye.